Taaleños, when they will have to be hermanos, no, it is not something like it's more of what could have been their old promise. It's more of something like, because of my devotion to Saint Martin, because of my devotion to the Virgin of Kaysasay, and most importantly to our patroness, the Virgin of Kaysasay, wherein I am more than willing to dole out what can be already my excess blessings. Lagi hong gayaan. I don't know if it's too typical among Batanggenyos. Pagka marami ng yaman, ay share ng share. So, but however, you cannot tell exactly what priest would have to do in every parish. Unfortunately, we had times that former priests here needed to curtail our traditions. Needed to just command or demand that all what can be lavish will have to be just as to be cut, and you will have to insist, sa amin nyo na ibigay ang inyong pera. Direkta na daw sa simbahan. So yung iba naman, na gustong-gusto rin pumapil sa simbahan, they have given much of what can be, they think is sharing to the church. The last big event I remember, and for which I directly handled, was in 2005, the feast of our patron, Saint Martin. Maniniwala ho kayo sa catering laang in 2005, ay bumayad ho yung isang napaka-ordinaryong tao some years or some decades ago. But when he came back coming from the States, all he said is, I would like to do something for Saint Martin. Because as I am too much devoted to him, and I have promised that pag ako yumaman, I will have to share. Sa catering alone, he spent or he paid some 405,000 just for the food that he had to feed all the Taaleños. Wala hong discrimination. Everybody was more than welcome. Ay sabi pa nga niya, ay pagka mamayang gabi kayo nanood ng aking fireworks, magdala na kayo ng salumpas. At tunay ng mangangawit ang inyong liig sa damit, sa ganda ng akin. Which was true. For him, the expense of more than $1 million that year was something like just a reciprocation of what blessings he got out of his devotion to the patron, Saint Martin. Okay, now as I mentioned about traditions, now there is something like what I think the priest must have been forewarned not to curtail. And this is our tradition wherein we say and we declare, ang anak ko ay luluwa. Hindi luluwa, luluwa. Well, in the early Spanish times, it was actually loa, wherein the loa is a mix of the dance, instrumentation, and the singing. But this time, through the years as it evolved, it became lua, which is a eulogy in verse form, in varying meters, depending on how a young boy would be able to memorize long stanzas out of what can be a tribute to the patron. Ay ika nga'y kasabihan din kung ikaw ay ina, kung ikaw ay lola, ang kasabihan, ang bata hindi kinakabahay, ang lukan-luka at hurindat na hurindat, at hindi magkadaugaga ay ang lola because the reputation or the honor or the image of the family is at stake. Sasabihin pa ng lola, makalintay, wag mo akong pahihiya, at naku, pinagsabi ko na dyan lahat sa kapitbahay sa ating kabayanan na ikaw ay luluwa, ay kailangan maganda. Okay? Now, for everybody to just be happy about what can be luwa and how it is for anyone to be just as excited if it so happened one member of the family, your young boy, will have to be participating. I'd like to call on Errol. Errol, come here. Now, just for the purpose of the demonstration of the luwa, this young boy here, I have coach for him to deliver to you what can be typical luwang taal. You will have to imagine him that in the morning in the concelebrated mass, you will have to be in the middle with a microphone to somehow spread to everyone that the message is there. Okay? In the evening, iyay agawan pa ng spot, Sasabihin ng lola, gusto ko doon sa aking maraming kamag-anak, Gusto ko doon at maraming tao sa may palengke, So in the evening, he will have to be standing a platform that's 5 feet high, fully decorated, kung may dekorasyon mo pang mas maganda, wherein you really take pride of the participation of your grandson. Now let's listen to Errol. The piece that Errol is going to deliver, although 6 stanzas lang, the original actually is written by no less than the great-grand-uncle of Jose W. Jokno, a certain Lolo Pudoy, who is Leopoldo Jokno, who happens to be known as Dean of Luwang Taal. Because when you say Luwang Taal, there has to be a specific intonation that does not only rhyme, but it's what we are used to be listening to.